Hey everybody, this is Christina from craftmuse, and today we will be making Disgust from Inside Out. This is my take on the Disgust TSUM TSUM. So this is what I came up with here. I'm probably going to change up her colors a little bit, but as you can see, I've used multiple green shades from Rainbow Loom. So, what I'm going to be using color-wise today is I'm still going to stick with the neon green for the face. And then for the hair, I'm just going to be using the dark green from Rainbow Loom. I'm not going to be using this. This is the Persian apple that I got from Rainbow Loom, so I want her hair to be a little bit darker this time. And then for the skirt and all that, I'm going to stick to the same color. So for the scarf little thing here, I used the sweets bands, the pink sweets bands, and then for the dress I just used the Rainbow Loom Teal and then put a little bit of the spearmint fairy bands here, and then I just added some little flowers to her dress. You don't have to do that. I just decided to do that because her dress has like a floral print on it, but you know, that's pretty hard to do with loom bands, so I just thought I would add like some little, you know, little flowers on her dress just to make it less plain, but you guys can leave it plain if you want. And then as you can see for her face, this one is supposed to be like, I guess like winking or something. But today I think I'm just going to give her two regular eyes, but if you do want to do this like little winking eye here, I'll let you know how to do that. So you will need some black for the eyelashes and for her eyebrows. And then you'll need either one pony bead if you're going to do the regular eye and the winking eye, or you'll need two pony beads. Or you can use, of course, the safety eyes or the wrap bands as well. So, I think that's it. So, I will have a band count in the description box below. I'll probably just list it as, like, what parts of the body, like, so the dress will be these colors combined. I won't say specific colors in my band count because not everybody's going to be using the same. So, we'll also need some polyfill, and then either your Rainbow Loom hook or your crochet hook, and a stitch marker as well. So let us get started today. I want to apologize for not having a tutorial out for a while, but hopefully I can get the ball rolling again and we can get back to a schedule here. So the first thing that we want to start off with are the legs and the arms, or the arms and the legs, and we need to make 4 of them. So 2 of them are going to be in whatever color you're using for the head, for the face. So you're going to be making your arms the same color as your face, and once you're done with your magic ring, you want to place that arm on a scarf colored band. And then the feet are color of the scarf that you're using, and these you want to place on whatever color you're using for her dress. So I will make one with you, and I'm going to make one in the green. So basically all we need to do is a magic ring with 6 stitches in it. So you're going to wrap this around your hook 2 times so that you create 3 loops. Grab another band and pull this band onto it. Slide it down, put the other end up onto your hook, and slide that first band there under this band here. So you've just done like a loose slip knot. Next, what you want to do is go through that capping band, but you want to make sure that you're going through all 3 loops. So I've got my capping band on my hook, and then I've got this band over here. I'm going to take another band and pull it through the capping band only. So I'm going to leave this band alone. I'm not going to go through that band. and then I'll put the other end up onto my hook, and then I'll slide this first band under these two. Okay, go through your capping band again and do the same thing. So this will be band number 3. So this will be our third stitch here. So that's 3, go back through. 4, 5, and back through again. This will be our last one here. So once you've put through your 6 stitches, you want to make sure that you have 6. So you just count these little V shapes on the side. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the band that's on my hook also counts as a stitch, so that is number 6. Next you want to go through that first stitch. So just stick your hook through, grab whatever color you're using for her scarf, and slide this magic ring onto it. Put the other end of that scarf band onto your hook, and then tie that into a slip knot. Try not to tie it too tight because we will be undoing it soon later on to be added into our rounds. So you need to make one more of these leg color on the scarf color band, and then you need to make 2 of the feet in the scarf color band and put those onto whatever color you're using for your dress. So if you want to pause the video and finish that up, and I'll meet you back here when you're finished. Alright, so you should have your 2 arms and your 2 legs. So as you can see, I have placed my legs on whatever color I'm using for my dress. So we can now get started with the body. We're going to be starting with whatever color you will be using for the face. So I'm using the neon green. I always call these lime green, but I guess they have a separate lime green as well. So what you want to first do is start off with a magic ring with 6 stitches in it. Let me make sure I have my C-clip ready. Wait, yeah, a magic ring with 6 stitches. So we're going to, of course, you guys already know how to do this because we just made 4 of them. So I'm not going to really take my time with this. So there's 1. Whoops. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. So just count to make sure that you've got your 6 stitches in your magic ring before we continue on. So our next row around, for row 2, we're going to be increasing all the way around to come up with 12 stitches. Now if you're not familiar with an increase, it is basically just putting 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So 6 times 2 is 12, so that's what we're doing, is just doubling the amount of stitches that we have now. So let me show you how you would do an increase here. So I'm going to stick my hook through my first stitch here, going to grab a band, bring it through this first stitch only, not this band here, so just through the stitch. My camera keeps wanting to go out of focus. Come on. Here we go. And up onto your hook so that you have 3 bands. Now you're just going to slide this first band here under these 2. So that was 1 single crochet. I need to go back into this first stitch here and do another single crochet. So through the stitch only, up onto your hook and slide under. Okay, now I'm going to move on to my second stitch, do the same exact thing. So here's one single crochet, go back into that stitch. Oh look, I had a band waiting for me. And here's two. Just continue that till you've worked all of your stitches. So there's one single crochet, and there's two. Moving on, there's one, and whoops, two. Here's my fifth stitch here. One, two, and then here I'm going to take my C-clip out of this last stitch just because it's in the way. But you still have to remember to finish up with that last stitch. So you're doing your two single crochets. Okay, so once you're finished with that round, you should have 12 stitches now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this one on my hook counts as 12. So go ahead and place your C-clip or your stitch marker on that band that's on your hook. Next we want to increase to 18 stitches, so the pattern to do that is going to be a single crochet in the first stitch, and then our second stitch will be an increase. And we'll do a single crochet here, and then an increase here. So we'll repeat that all the way around till we end up at the end. We'll have 18 stitches. We're also going to be adding our eyes, or eye, in this section. So like I said previously, I am going to be doing 2 regular eyes rather than having the winking one. So my eyes will be going in stitches 3 and 9. Of course, I will go slower, you know, when we get to that part to show you where to put them. But have your eyes ready on a face color band if you're using pony beads. And if you're using wrap bands, just make a cat band and slide it onto a face color band. Now if you're just adding one eye, like this one here, and you're doing the little wink, the eye is only going to be going in stitch 9 only. So you're going to skip the one where you would put in stitch 3 and just go ahead and put one eye in stitch 9. So she will be one-eyed for a little while until you go ahead and add that eye right there later on. So, but I'm doing both today, so. Alright, so again, we're doing a single crochet followed by an increase. So my first stitch is going to be a single crochet. So in through the stitch and up onto my hook and slide under, and that's it. That's a single crochet. For my second stitch, I will be doing an increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So there's one, go back in, and 2. Now my third stitch is a single crochet, and this is where I'm adding my eye. If you're not doing the 2 eyes, skip this part altogether and just add a regular band there. So if you're adding the winking eye, do not add an eye here. So grab one end of your band that your eye is on, and then put the other end up onto your hook, and then just slide under. So again, if you're doing the winking eye, just use a regular band here. Do not put an eye there. Okay, my fourth stitch will be an increase. So there's 1, 2. My next stitch will be a single crochet. My next stitch will be an increase. Next will be a single crochet. Next will be an increase. Now here will be a single crochet, but we're adding an eye. So either way, if you're doing the one eye or the two eyes, you're gonna have to add an eye here. So this is stitch 9. Stick it through and bring it up onto your hook and slide under. Our next stitch will be an increase. Next stitch will be a single crochet. And then my last stitch here is going to be an increase. So there's 1 and 2. Go ahead and place your C-clip on that band that's on your hook. And you should now have 18 stitches. Let's count around so I can show you. If you're using the larger pony beads like I am, these are the 9mm pony beads. They'll make like some little stitches over here that you have to make sure you count in your round the next time you crochet around, because if you forget those, you'll be off count. So again, you should have 18. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have a little one here, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then my 13th stitch is also small from my eye. 14, 15, 16, 17, and then the one on my, it's not on my hook anymore, but the one with the C-clip is 18. So let's continue on to row 4, and we're going to start switching colors a little bit here. Nothing like too extreme, but we're going to be doing the first 13 stitches in the head color, and then the last of them will be in the hair color. So I kind of wrote this out right here. Why am I using that as a pointing tool? So we have these numbers here are supposed to represent these stitches that we have right now. So we have 18. So it goes from 1 to 18. Our pattern is single crochet, increase. And we'll repeat that pattern all the way around, so we end up with 24 stitches. So at the top of each of these numbers here, I have written the pattern. So stitch 1 is going to be a single crochet, stitch 2 will be a single, stitch 3 will be an increase, and so on and so forth. Down here is the colors. So stitch 1 will be a single crochet in face color. F stands for face color. Stitch 2, single crochet in face color. Stitch 3 is an increase in face color. So it's all face color until you get to stitch 13 here, and that's when you start switching over to the hair color. So let's start with that part. So get some of your hair color out. This is where I wish Rainbow Loom had some like emerald green with lots of glitter. Would be so pretty for her hair. But I'll deal with what I've got now. Okay, so stitch 1 is a single crochet in the face color. Stitch 2 is a single crochet in the face color. Stitch 3 here is an increase in the face color. Okay, now we've got our little stitch here. Our 4th stitch is going to be a single crochet in the face color. Next stitch 5, it will be a single in face. Stitch 6 will be an increase in the face color. If I'm going too fast, feel free to pause, rewind. Stitch 7 is a single crochet in the face color. Stitch 8, single, face. Nine, increase in the face color. 10, single, in the face, 11 single in the face, 12 will be an increase in the face color. Now from now on we will continue the pattern in the hair color. So stitch 13, which is this little one here, is going to be a single crochet in the hair color, but we need to do our color change because we're switching over from this green to this green. So I'm going to take this hair color all the way through the stitch and through the band that's on my hook and put the other end of that band up and then do a loose slip knot. So that's called a slip stitch, and that will change the colors nicely. So that was also considered a single crochet. So now we are on stitch 14, which will be a single crochet. We're using hair color up all the way to the end now. Okay, 15 is an increase. 16 is a single crochet, 17 is a single, and then 18, our last one, is an increase. Go ahead and place your C-clip on the band that's on your hook. You should now have 24 stitches, and let's count what we've got here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now when you get to this color change over here, you're going to have this first hair color band that kind of looks like it's a stitch, but it's not. It's kind of going diagonally. So when you do our next round, you're going to skip this one here, and this is just from the slip stitch that we did. But you just have to remember to always skip that very first color change stitch. So I've already lost count. Where was I? Okay, let me try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Skipping that one, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then the one that's on my C-clip is 24. Now we can continue on, and again we will be switching back and forth from the face color to the hair color. Row 5 is just going to be single crochets around in the 24 stitches. So we will do 14 in the face color and then 10 in the hair color. Okay, so now we're switching over to the face color, so we want to do another slip stitch because we're changing from dark green to light green. So my band is going to go through all the loops on my hook and then a slip stitch. So that was one. I need to do 13 more of these, or 13 more single crochets. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now we just want to do the rest in the hair color. So we'll go to this stitch here, grab your hair color, and we are going to be doing a slip stitch here. So hair color band through all the loops on your hook and up, and slip stitch. Continue on with your single crochets in the hair color. Now here we come upon that first band from the previous round where we did the first color switch. So you're going to skip that first dark green band and go into the next one. And just continue your crochets around. It's important to pay attention to those color change stitches, because if you include them, you're going to be off count. I feel like these dark green bands are always so thin, like much thinner than like the other rainbow loom ones. Don't know why. Okay, so finishing that, you should still have 24 stitches. Now when we go and do our next row around, you're going to have two bands, two color change stitches that you're going to have to skip. So this first one here, this first lime green one is going that way. We're going to skip that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now here I'm going to skip this first dark green one that's kind of going that way. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Just going to push my eyeballs in a little bit. Okie dokie. We can continue on. Oh yeah, okay. Oops. Okay, so now we're on row 6, and row 6 and 7 are actually going to be the same exact pattern. So we're still doing just single crochets around, and for the color pattern is going to be the same for both rows. We're doing 5 in hair color, 7 in the face color, and 12 in the hair color. Again, just single crochets around. So we're starting off with the hair color, but we're skipping that very first face color stitch right there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and here is 5. Now we're switching over to face color. We need to do 7. So I'm going to go into that stitch, grab my face color. Now I've got to do my color change here. So through the stitch and through the hair color band and up onto my hook and slip stitch. So that's 1. Counts as 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Now we're switching back to the hair color. So stick your hook through there, grab your hair color, do your color change, so bring it through, up onto your hook and slip stitch. And just continue on the rest with the hair color. Just don't forget to skip that very first dark green stitch from the previous row, because that one is a color change stitch. And if you're worried about the shape, like if you're like not used to doing color changes and stuff and you realize that the shape is off, it's okay, because once we stuff it, it will fill out. So color changes do alter the shape a little bit. Wait, did I just... 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, so you should still have 24 stitches around. Now, we're doing the same exact thing for row 7. So again, 5 in the hair color, 7 in the face color, and 12 in the hair color. So when we do this round, we just need to make sure that we're skipping our weird stitches here and over here. So right before, for each color change, we had this weird stitch here and this weird dark green here. So I'm going to let you guys do this row around. I'll pause the video if you guys want to do the same, and then we're following this pattern here. So I'll meet you back when you're done with that row. Right, so you should have done row 7. Now we're going to be working on rows 8 and 9, and so rows 8 and 9 will both be single crochets around in the 24 stitches. However, this time we're doing 4 hair color, 7 face color, and 13 hair color. So let's continue on. So we want to do 4 stitches in the hair color. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we're going to be doing 7 in the face color, so we need to do our color change. So there's 1. Now I'm skipping this first face color band here from the previous round because of the color change. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to be switching back to hair. So hair band through all the loops on my hook, reclaim and slip stitch. Skip that very first dark green band from your previous row around and continue on till you get to the end of the round. I can't believe it's almost Halloween. We've got to start coming out with some Halloween ideas for the channel. Some cutesy Halloween things. Okay, so my last one is over here. So let's do this next row, row 9. We are doing the same color pattern, 4 in the hair color, 7 in the face color, and 13 in the hair color. Oh, let's do this one with you guys. Finally using some of these. They have so many dark green bands because I hardly ever use them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Please excuse that helicopter flying over my house. Okay, now we're gonna skip this one here, go into the next one, and we're switching to the face color. So do your color change through the bands up onto your hook and the slip stitch. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we are going to skip this green band here, go into the next one, and we're switching over to the hair color. So through all the loops on your hook, reclaim and slip stitch, and then continue on to the end. And then after we're finished with this, then we're gonna go ahead and start working on her, give her a nose, fix up her hair, and some lashes. There's a lot of broken bands in this pack here. Alright, so here is my last one. Now I'm going to go in to the next stitch over and just grab a band and bring it through all the loops on my hook. Doesn't matter what color. And then tie this into a slip knot, and this is just to hold my spot while I work on the face. Now, before we continue on, I would highly recommend, and I should have mentioned this earlier, I mean I tried to mention it after each row, but you want to make sure that you kept your 24 stitches, and sometimes that might be hard with your color changes that we're doing. Like you might have accidentally included, or you know, whatever. So you want to make sure right now that you have 24 stitches in your round, not counting these 2 stitches here from the color change. So just that way, if you accidentally did something wrong, you can kind of go back probably like 1 row and fix it up. Just because, well, I mean, I guess it's not going to make that big of a deal in the end if you're off by stitch count, but it just kind of bothers me when that happens to me, so I have to fix it. So I guess it's up to you guys. But let's go ahead and add some facial features to her face. So we want to add a nose. Now you can either add your nose, if you can see, here's this magic ring right here. That's where we first started the design. So you can either add your nose right on top of that, or you can go right below it if you want your nose to sit a little bit lower. See, on this one I put it lower, so I put it below the magic ring. This one I think I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put it at the on top of the magic ring. So I'm going to grab 2 of my face color bands, wrap it around my hook once, grab all of those bands and wrap it again. Now I'm going to take 2 bands of the face color that are slip knotted together. I'm going to stick that on my hook and slide this on to this slip knotted band. Always do that, like, for pain in the butt. Okay, I'll slide it till you get over that little knot that you made. Okay, and then what you want to do, so I'm just putting mine right on top of my magic ring, and I'm going to bring each side of the bands into the inside of the face on each side of the magic ring. So I'll just go up one side and bring it down, and up the other side and bring it down. And then once you've placed it on, you just want to tie those bands in a knot. Oops. Just like that. So now her nose is on, and you can do her eye now. So if you only added one eye, you need to make her winking eye. So what I did for that was I just took 2 black bands and made them into slip knotted bands. So if you don't know how to do it with your fingers, just stick one band on your hook, grab the other one, slide that one on it, bring it up, and tie that into a slip knot. Okay, so now what you would do is, I have this white TSUM TSUM that I have not done anything with, so I'm going to pretend that it's a face. So let's pretend that the eye needs to go here. So I'm going to pull down one end of my slip knotted band. Now you need it to kind of curve like this, but unfortunately it's not going to stay that way if you just bring this through. So you need to go, so you brought it through this one, you need to go up here to the next stitch, like diagonally above it. Bring that down. And you don't want this thing to be too big, the eye to be too big. So next you're going to pick another spot. I'm just going to go to the stitch right next to this one here and find my black. Hold on, that one's in the way. Find my black band. And then I'm going to bring it down to meet that one. So I'm going to come up through that same hole. And bring it down. So you kind of just made like an upside down V. And then what you can do is add eyelashes to this. You just wrap like a slip knotted band to this. You can make your eye bigger if you want. I'm just kind of showing you how to get that shape. So let us add, we need to add eyebrows to her face. So you're going to need the slip knotted bands for her eyebrows in black, or you could use the dark green. For this eye here, her eyebrow is going to be kind of cut off from this green hair because I wanted to make her green hair be closer to the eye than on this side here. So I'm going to like just pretend like she has, like I'm going to cut off her eyebrow a little bit just to pretend it's like hidden by the hair. So I'm going to go to this stitch right above the eye here, bring this band through, and then my eyebrow is just going to go across to where this green starts, the dark green starts. And I'm going to bring that down. So it's just going to really look like her eyebrow is hiding, the rest of her brow is hiding behind her hair. And you can just tie that into a knot. Yeah, she has kind of mean brows because, you know, she's Disgust, so she's disgusted. Okay, so we need to create her other brow. So grab your other slip knotted band. And I'm going to start it. Here's my eye. Some of you might not have this eye because you're doing the wink. So I'm going to start in this section up here, right above the eye. Bring that down. No, I think I might want to start over here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this up to over here. And then I'm going to go down. So I want it to point down. So in this stitch right below this one here, I'm going to stick my hook through, grab that black band, like that, and then I'm going to close up this gap. So I'm going to stick my hook from the inside. How come this keeps doing that? It's from the inside of the face, come out of that hole where this band ends here, and pull that down. Just like that. And I'm gonna tighten these bands up a little bit so that her eyebrow doesn't look so bushy. Now, because we don't have a lot of room to tie these into a knot, I'm just going to pick up one end and grab the other and loop it through, and then go into a spot down here in the face, grab a face color band and tie this off. Okay, now we can add some lashes, and you can either do this in green or black. I wonder if I should try it in green. I don't know, I'm just gonna do black. So you gotta pop out your eyes for this. And you're just going to stick those through. Just like that. Now going from the outside of the face, stick your hook in that loop on the outer eye, and then pick up the inner loop, and then slide it under. Now while you're tightening this, hold on to the eye. Don't pull this with the bands because you don't want it to stretch out your stitches. So I'm just holding on to my eye while I'm tightening this. And you can either bring the slip knot to the top, or you can have it come out at the bottom. I think I'm just going to have it at the top. Okay, and then you have to do the same thing on the other side. So band through, stick your hook on the outer, and then pick up the inner, slide, and then tighten. Don't pull too hard or you'll break it. Which I have done many a time. Okay, now you can push your eyeballs back in and you just need to cut. So, where are my scissors? Oh no, I threw my scissors all the way over there. I'm going to keep mine long because she has really long lashes. Except I do not like how this one's curving. I want them to both curve up, yo. Whatever. She's got long lashes, so I'm keeping it like that. So now we need to work on the hair. And then later on, if you want, she does have like some rosy cheeks, so I'm going to add a little bit of blush to her at the end. So get a bunch of your hair color bands, and let's do this. This is always the most fun part of the project. Just kidding. So I've already tried to kind of like start like a guide to the hair. So she's got like on the TSUM TSUM, she's got like one of those bobs kind of, where one side's a little bit longer, one side kind of angles more towards the eye, and the other side is more back. So I've already kind of established that with the color change that we did. So you can kind of follow the lines here that we have here to put your hair on. The only reason why we're doing, you know, the extra crochets for the hair is to make it more more dimensional than just like, you know, the hair being this way. But you don't have to cover the entire section of green if you don't want to. Like here, I just laid out the pattern and did some single crochets, and then I obviously didn't go all the way back to the green because I didn't want to waste all of my apple bands. So let's start by, I'm going to try a little bit different this time than what I did with my other one. So I'm going to pick up here where you can see you kind of like curves over here for this side. I'm going to pick up a stitch over there because that's where I want to start my swoop over bang. Now I'm going to bring a band through onto my hook. Now I'm going to just try chaining and see how this turns out. So I'm just going to grab some bands and chain, and I'm going to stop every once in a while to kind of measure it out. Make sure I'm not too short or too long. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's okay if your eyelashes are there because we can move them out of the way. Okay, I'm going to do one more here. 7. Actually, I'm going to do one more. So I did 8. So I kind of just went to the bottom. Get out of the way, eyelash. The bottom of her hair a little bit further down. And then I'm going to go into the face now. So I'm going to stick my hook into the face, like right underneath that hairline. Grab another band and bring it on through. Just to attach it there. Now I'm going to start doing some single crochets. So I'm going to bring this band, I'm going to slide this band. Sorry, I'm trying to focus my camera. This band underneath this one. Just like that. So now I'm going to just use these stitches here to single crochet into. So grab a band. Actually, I'm going to do double crochets in these because it seems to fill up space a little bit faster than if you were to do single crochets. So bring it through the stitch only, and then bring it through all. Go into your next stitch. You're going to bring a band through the stitch only and up onto your hook, and you should have 4. And then you're going to bring a band through all. I'm going to continue that. At some point I might crochet into the head a little bit to attach this a little more, like right now. So I'm just going to go in through the head and in through that stitch. This will just kind of attach it a little bit better. So my band's going to go through that chain and through the head stitch up onto my hook, and then band through all. Just continuing on. So band through the stitch only, and then band through all. Band through the stitch only, band through all. Here I'm also going to go through the head and a stitch to secure it better. So through the stitches only and through all. Through the stitch only, through all. Okay, I've got one more here, even though it's really like a slip stitch, but I'm going to use it. Stitch only and through all. Now we need to continue on with this. So now I'm going to work this way with the same exact thing. I hate working this opposite way. Okay, now actually as I continue on, I'm also going to stick my hook through the stitch and through a place in the head, because I want to secure this part down too. You don't have to do that, but it makes it a little bit more secure. So I went through the head and through the stitch in the chain, and now I'm going to bring a band through all. And you can just work your way down. And you're just going to continue this back and forth until it either covers all the way up until this last row here, or you can stop before you even get to that, because if you don't want to use like a ton of bands, you don't have to cover the entire space. And occasionally I'd recommend going through the head and the hair to secure it down a little more. Her hair is not that difficult to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to do one more row here. And I'll still be left with a little bit of a space that will be empty without hair, but I think it will be fine. So now I'm going to continue up this way. And I'm going to go through the hair too. I mean the head too. It's always really hard to give you guys band counts with these that have hair that aren't like where I can't do exact counts on it because everybody's is different, so just kind of guess. Yeah, I think I like her hair better than the other one. Yeah, see, I barely had any gaps left, so that's good. That's good, right? Okay, I'm gonna secure this here. This is gonna be my last one for this section, so I'm going to bring it through all the loops that were on my hook and fasten that off. So there's one side of her hair. Cool. Now we're gonna do this side here. This one's basically just going to be back and forth. Let's see how we want to start this one. So I'm going to start right here. Actually, I might put it right into the part. No, I'm going to start right here, like right next to this. Grab a band, bring it through. And then I'm going to slide it under. So now I'm doing a single chain connected into her face. So I'm just going down. So I did a slip knot. Now I'm going to go down to my next band. So I'm working in this hairline here. Why does my camera keep going out of focus? And I'm going to bring that through. Oops. Just doing single crochets here. Through, slide under. So just making through the stitch, slide under, go to the next. Through the stitch, slide under. Through the stitch, slide under. Through the stitch and slide under, and then I'm even though my green ends here, I'm going to put one more in. So even though I'm going into the face color now. Okay, so basically I just made a chain going down that is directly that is connected into the face. Now we're just going to be crocheting back and forth with our double crochets like we did for this section here. But I want to connect this bottom piece into the head. So I'm going to go through this stitch here and through a stitch in the head. Bring my band through the stitches only and up onto my hook, and then a band through all. Go through your next stitch, bring your band through the stitch only, and a band through all. And just continue up and connecting it where you see fit, like where you would like your hair to be more connected to the face. The only reason why I do that is because it flaps up and looks kind of weird if you don't connect it into the face in some areas. So I've reached the top, and as you can see I still kind of have a gap where this hairline starts, so I am going to add another band into the chain. And I'm going to even connect it to this hair, this other hair piece that I did. And now I'm going to work my way back. So I'm connecting into the head and going through a stitch. Okay, I think this is going to be my last one here. So I'm going through the face and through the hair. And I'm just going to fasten these off. If I can get through it all. And then you can just tuck these little pieces here in the inside of the head. Yes, I like her hair much better than the other one. Yay, pretty hair. Pretty hair. Alrighty, so we can now continue on with her body, and like I said, we can add blush to her later if you want to. You don't have to, but I think it'll give her a nice little touch. Alright, so continuing on, go ahead and take that tying off band that you put in if you did. Let's just pick up where we left off, which is we are now going to be working on row 10. Put your C-clip or stitch marker in. So now we're switching to whatever color you want to use for your scarf. So I'm using pink, and we're just doing single crochets around in the 24 stitches. But in this first one here, you are going to have to do your color change. So bring your band through all the loops on your hook, reclaim, and slip stitch, and then just continue with your single crochets. I forgot to tell you that we will be adding our arms here, so get your arms ready. Arms will be going in stitches 5 and 10. However, if they don't look like they're going to look right in those stitches, then skip it and go ahead and add them to whichever stitches you think will look best, because everybody's bands are going to differ if you're not using the same ones as me. So just kind of use your judgment to decide where you want to put your arms. So that was stitch 1. I'm going to do 4 more, no wait, yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to skip this first lime green stitch because that's from a color change. I'm going to go into my 5th stitch, and this is where I'm adding my first arm. So I'm going to undo that band, but I'm not taking it out of the magic ring. Just carefully undo it, then grab one end. Sometimes it's hard to, so they don't slip out. One end and bring it through the stitch, and then put the other end up onto your hook and undo your crochet. So that was one arm. Now I will go around to stitch 10 and do my other. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now I'm in stitch 10, and I'm going to grab my other arm and undo that pink band, bring it through, put the other end up onto my hook, and slide under. Now I'm just going to continue around my single crochets, but just don't forget to skip that first hair color band, because that was from a color change. Might be a little funky working in this row because your hair is in the way. Well, her hair, not your hair. When you're finished with this round, you want to make sure that you still have 24 stitches. Okay, so that row is finished. So that was row 10. Moving on, we will be doing row 11. Row 11 and 12 will be the same. So here's where you want to start using your dress color. So I am just using the teal color from Rainbow Loom. And we will just be doing single crochets in the 24 stitches for 2 rows around. So I'll do the first one with you, and then you guys can pause the video and do the second row around. Just because that's repetitive and I don't want this tutorial to be too long. So we're going to be skipping that very first pink stitch right there from the color change. Go into the next one, And since we're doing a color change here, you gotta bring it through up onto your hook and do your slip stitch, and then you're just gonna continue with your single crochets around. Just going around. So one reason it's been taking me so long to get a tutorial out is because my tutorial that I was going to put out was supposed to be a scrump little doll that I made, and I messed up like 3 times trying to film it. So finally I was just like, ugh, I give up. I was so frustrated. And so yesterday I was like, I don't feel like doing that tutorial and failing again, so I'm going to make another design and do a tutorial on that, and then I'll go back to scrump. So I was like, I haven't done a Tsum Tsum in a while, and I've been kind of wanting to do some of the inside out characters, so it's like, I'll do this one. So made this one last night. Now I'm filming it, and then hopefully I'm crossing my fingers that I can complete the scrump tutorial. I don't know why it's just not going well. It's the stinking mouth is what I was having problems with. Oh well, I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay. So here's my last one. Put your C-clipper stitch marker back in, and now you want to do another row around with the teal. Skip that very first teal stitch right there. And of course you don't have to use teal, I just saying teal because that's what I'm using, but you guys can use any colors you want. Like sometimes I get people commenting, can I use this color? Of course you can use this color. Like, you don't have to use the same exact colors that I'm using. Like, use what you guys have. Don't worry about it. Like, it'll probably end up looking nicer anyway. So, okay, I'm going to pause the video and you guys pause, and I'll meet you back here when we're done. Alright, next we want to switch to a different green if you want to. You don't have to. But I'm going to switch to the Caribbean green color for the next 2 rounds. So again, we are going to be doing 2 rounds of single crochets in the 24 stitches, and this will all be in, if you're switching to like maybe a lighter green or whatever you guys want to do. So I'll do the first row with you. Again, you need to do your color change, so bring it through and up, slip stitch, and then just continue on with your single crochets. This is a fairly simple Tsum Tsum to make, with the hair being the hardest part, I think, but not really that difficult. You guys are doing really well with the hairs. I always worry about like you guys not understanding what I'm trying to tell you, because I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough, but you guys must be smart because you're figuring it out and they're looking awesome. So keep up the good work. Okay, so here's my last one, and we are going to do another round with the other green, well, with the same green that you just used. So pause the video and finish one more round. Skip this stitch right here, this first one. Make sure you skip that when you go into the next round. So I will see you guys when you're done with the other row around. Okay, so that being finished, we now need to do row 15, which we are switching back to the color you used for the top. And so for me, that's teal. We're just doing a single crochet around in the 24 stitches. But we want to add our legs in stitches 2 and 8. And again, if it's not going to look right for you, go ahead and change what stitches they go into. So get your little shoes ready. So of course, we need to switch colors here. So I'm going to slide my band all the way through and reclaim. And then in stitch 2, I'm going to grab one of my shoes, undo that tying off band, but don't pull it out, bringing it through up onto my hook and slide under. So that was number 2. Now I'm continuing on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to go into stitch 8, grab my other shoe, undo that tying off band, bring it through, onto my hook, and slide under. Now I'm just going to continue all the way around till I get to my C-clip. Okay, last one here. Stick your stitch marker back in. Now, what we want to do is start decreasing. So we're at 24 stitches right now. We want to be at 18 stitches. So to do that, we are going to be doing this pattern here. We need to do a single crochet, followed by a decrease. And we'll repeat that all the way around so that we end up with 18 stitches. If you don't know what a decrease is, I will show you. So we're still using teal for the rest of the design. So we have this first stitch here that we need to skip from the color change. Come on, camera. Let's focus. Focus, focus, focus. We're almost done here. Okay. So I'm skipping this first one. I'm going to go into this next one. So I'm doing a single crochet. And then I will be doing another single crochet. Okay, now it's time for a decrease. So basically we want to stitch these next 2 stitches up together. Instead of going through the entire stitch, just stick your hook in between that stitch so that you've got one loop on your hook. Pick up the next loop on your hook as well. So you've got 2 and 1 down here. Grab another band and bring it through the first 2 loops only. First 2 loops only, and then bring it back up onto your hook. And then you're just going to slide under, just like that. So we just stitched up the next 2 stitches. Next we're going to go back to our single crochets. So we have a single crochet here, and then a single crochet here. Now we need to do another decrease. So I'm going to stick my hook in between that stitch and in between the next stitch. Grab my band, bring it through the first 2 only, onto my hook, slide under. So now we're single, single, decrease. So in between, slide through the first 2 loops only, and slide under. Okay? Single, single, and then a decrease. Single, single, decrease, single, single. Then my last 2 stitches will be stitched together, so that will be a decrease. So you should now have 18 stitches. We need to do 1 more. Well, not 1 more. 2 more rows around. But we're going to do this next row around, and then we're going to stuff her up. So let's see. Where's the... Okay. Now we're on stitch 17. I mean, it's not stitch 17. Row 17. So now our pattern is a single crochet followed by a decrease all the way around so that we end up with 12 stitches. So, first one, be a single crochet. Second will be a decrease. And we'll do another single crochet. And then we will do a decrease. And then we will do a single crochet, and then a decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, and then we will end with a decrease. Alright, just slide that band down onto your hook so it holds on while we stuff her up. Grab your polyfil. And remember to just put in a little bit at a time, making sure that you're shaping out the areas that got kind of deformed while you're doing the color changes, which is really not bad anywhere, so you really don't need to do like too much shaping. Just make sure you're not using a butt ton of stuffing. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's close her up now. Now we have 12 stitches right now, so we just want to decrease all the way around. So we end up with 6 stitches, and so we need to do a total of 6 decreases. So no single crochets, just decreases all the way around. So here's my first one. So there's one. Whoops, sorry, I kind of moved the card. There's 2. Try not to get your stuffing caught. There's 3. 4. Blue, 5. And 6. Now you want to take another band, bring it through up onto your hook, and tie into a slip knot. So you should have 6 stitches left, even though it might be hard to find them. Basically, we just want to close up this gap, so we're going to take this tying off band here through the top loops only of each stitch around. So just go all the way around. If you can only find 4, that will be fine too. You just want to get this gap closed up. Okay, so once you've brought them through, push down with your thumb and pull, but don't pull too tight hard because you don't want to break your band. Now what you want to do is just tie this off. So I'm going to go into a stitch like right by it. Bring my band through. Oops, come back here. And then I'm going to take this and bring it through here. And tie that nice and tight. So hold, push down with your thumb while you do that. And then you can just tuck this little baby in. There we go. Whoops. Get back where you belong. Ugh. What in the world? Okay. Okay, so great. Now let's do her skirt. I'm using the same teal. I know it's very creative of me. So I'm going to make her skirt, and I'm going to be using this section right here with the Caribbean green is where I'm going to lay my single crochets for my skirt. So I'm going to go down by the foot, stick my hook in there, grab a teal band and bring it through and up onto my hook and do a loose slip knot. Just going to work my way up and over to the next foot. So just follow that line. And just whatever. I don't know what I was going to say. You could do it further up too if you want. I don't even know what time it is. Guys, what time is it? Not like you can tell me. Gotta pick my son up. Got an early day today. Love early days. Every Thursday. It's an early day. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, I'm going to do one more. So I'm right above the foot. Okay, so we've got our little foundation laid for her skirt. Now what we need to do is go back with single crochets. So I'm going to now crochet back towards where we first started over here. So in this first stitch here, I'm going to actually do an increase. So I'm going to put 2 single crochets. So there's one. Go back into that first stitch and do another single crochet. I'm just increasing at the ends just to make it flare out a little bit more than it would if you were just to do single crochets. Now for the rest of the stitches, I'm going to just do single crochets. So I'm just working my way back to where I first started. And when I get back to this very first stitch here, I'm also going to do an increase as well. So I will let you guys pause the video and finish this row up, and then I'll show you how to continue on with the next row. Alright, so here I am at my last stitch over here. I'm also going to be adding an increase here. So there's 1 and 2. So now I've got this little short skirt here. Now I want to work my way back towards the other way. So I'm just going back and forth and back and forth, and the length is going to be up to you, but I think I'm just going to go back one more time with this color, and I'm going to switch to the Caribbean green instead of the spearmint ones, and do some crochets there with a different color. But now I'm going to be working this way. So in this first stitch here, I want to do an increase again. So there's 1, and I'll go back in, and 2. Now I'm just going to work my way back with single crochets. So if you want to pause and finish this up, just remember when you get down to this stitch over here, you want to do an increase. Okay, so I'm back over here, and I'm going to do my increase. So there's 1, go back in, and 2. Okay, so I did a total of, I laid the first row down, and then I went back once, and then I went back twice. So I did the foundation and then 2 back and forth, and then now I'm going to add the little kind of like ruffle things at the end. I mean, they don't really ruffle, but whatever. So I'm going to be using the Caribbean green. So I'm going to go into my next stitch, and we don't need to do an increase here, so just grab, if you're going to be using the same color, that's totally fine. I just wanted to add a little color to it, so just bring it through onto your hook, slide under, so just like you're doing a single crochet, then grab another band and chain one with it. Okay, go into your next stitch, do your single crochet just like that, go into your next stitch, do a single crochet and chain one. Go through your next stitch, and this is going to be just a single crochet. Go into your next stitch, do a single crochet and chain one. Next one is just going to be a single crochet, next one is going to be a single crochet and a chain one. So single, chain one. Next one will just be a single crochet. Next one will be single crochet, chain one. Next is a single crochet. Next is a single, chain one. Single crochet, and a single, chain one. Single crochet, single, chain one. Single crochet, single, chain one. Last one here, single crochet, and then I'm just going to go into a spot over here, grab a band, bring it through, and fasten that off. Now I'm going to need to hide that. So I am just going to weave it through these stitches. Here. So if I just bring it across, it will hold a little bit better. Okay. So there she is, very cute. And now if you want, you can add some little flowers or something to her dress if you'd like, or you can just leave it like this. I think she's still cute like this. For this one, I'm not going to show you how to make this flower. I mean, I kind of messed it up anyways. But this is Looming with Cheryl's magic ring flower. I messed it up because I didn't watch the tutorial. But I'll leave a link in the description box below. So if you want to make flowers like this, or then I have these, you know, little basic things here that I, you know, always make for like Ariel's hair, or little flowers like that. So you can just make something like that. Or if you have like buttons or beads that are like, you know, little flowers, that would be cute. that you could add on to her skirt, or you can even add it up here because her whole dress is printed with flowers. But I think she still looks cute without anything, you know, on there. So just do what you want with her. So now I'm going to add some blush, and I just added a little button on her dress. I know it's not white, but whatever. She's green, so it matches her body. So I'm just gonna I just like to use regular blush. And I'm just gonna dot some on her face. And then we're done. So that's Disgust, and she does look disgusted. So that's good. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. And again, I'm sorry it took me a while to come out with another tutorial, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. I hope you guys enjoyed making her, and I look forward to seeing some of yours that you come up with. And also, don't forget about my design contest that I have going on. If you guys don't know about that, you have until October 1st to come up with a Loomigurumi design of your own. You can see a video of the rules and all that in, I think it's like 2 videos down from this one. It's called the craftmuse design contest, so you can learn all about that, but you only have until October 1st to put your entries in. So I'm already getting like a ton of great entries. All of them are so wonderful, and I feel bad for my husband who has to pick one of them, because there's just, you guys have done so well with that so far. So I'm excited to see who he picks. But thank you guys for all of your support, and if you guys haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it if you would. That way you can see when I come out with new videos. It will notify you. And yeah, just don't forget to share with me on Instagram or Facebook, because I love seeing your designs. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys for the next tutorial. See you guys later. Bye.